Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some new releases, products that have recently released, and I'm just going to sit down and try them out. It's hard for me to get like separate videos of these things out because time is not on my side. So I'm just going to make one big video using some things that I recently purchased, and yeah, we'll have a good time. So if you want to see that, make sure you keep watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with some foundation. I have the new Juvia's Place found soft matte. Is it soft matte? Velvety matte foundation in the shade Malawi 230. Now, it did take me quite a bit in stores to like try to figure out my shade, and I don't know if I even have the perfect shade right now, because let me tell you, 230 looked good and so did 310, but I just ended up going with 230 to be on the safe side, and assuming that I'm going to get darker, I'm going to need a darker shade. So I was like, let me go with the one that looks just a tad bit darker so that it'll last me throughout the summer. But again, we're about to see if, you know, this is the right shade. Alright, so right off the bat, I can definitely tell that this foundation is full coverage. Yeah. It seems like the shade is just like literally a slithering, a bit darker than my skin. But I'm not worried about that at all because, like I said, it's only the beginning of summer and I expect to get a little darker. So far it looks so good. It looks so good. It looks good. I can definitely see the softness in the foundation is nice and more on the natural side. Like, it's not super like matte looking. Yeah, so first impression so far is that it looks pretty decent on the face. Like, I'm actually thoroughly impressed for a $20 foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealer and contour, because those things are not, I don't think I have anything new until blush and highlight. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face routine and come back to try out the new Colourpop blush sticks and highlight sticks. So yeah. Alright, so now I have my concealer and contour on. I use the Loreal Infallable foundation stick in Ecspresso, and then I also use the Born This Way Multiuse sculpting concealers in the shade Maple and Butterscotch to highlight. So of course, naturally, the next step in my routine would be to go ahead and add some blush and highlight. Of course, we're going to start off with the blush stick. These sticks retail for, I think, $8. I'll have the prices listed down below because I forgot at this point. But this blush shade is in the shade Under Pressure, and I will show you a swatch of it. Under Pressure. It's a pinky corally shade. Well, yeah, it looks more pinky on camera, I think, but it has like a tad hint of like a coral in it. This is not typically a blush shade that I go for, but I wanted to try out some different blush shades because I tend to only go for the berries of the world. So I'm just going to like take a little bit, and I don't even know if that's how you're supposed to use it, but I'm going to put it right here on my cheeks and up my contour. It's mixing with my foundation. I can see it's picking it up a little bit. But that's probably because maybe I should have like went like this. Yeah. I recommend you do it that way. Put it down on your skin first and then pick it up with your sponge and blend it, or brush, whichever one you use. I'm going to take this Real Techniques stippling brush, go into it like that, because that seemed like a better idea. So far, I think this is a great formula, though. It's such a, like, I don't know if you guys can see that, like, dew, but which tends to happen with cream products because, I don't know, I feel like they're just more of a natural finish, more of a skin-like finish. The color is very subtle. I think that if you like blend too much, it can be over blend where you can't see it. So what I'm about to do is add a little bit more, and it could be the shade too because it is a light shade. It's probably gonna take a little bit more work to pack on this dark skin, but I think it actually looks pretty decent and natural. But I'm gonna try not to over blend it. Just gonna sit it there. Okay, the next thing I have here is of course, the highlighting stick, which I think I'm going to do the same way. I'll swatch it for you guys. It is in the shade, what is this shade? Acting Up. Acting Up so you can get smacked up. Here's the highlighter. It's a pretty peachy shade. So I'm going to do it the same way. Just take some with a highlight brush and then do it like that. Okay, I'm switched to the BH Cosmetics Marble Brush number 4. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Maybe I can take this with this and just put a little bit. It's harder to pick up this as opposed to the blush. So let me blend that in. It's so natural. I love that. I don't know if y'all can see it. I feel like you can. It's so soft and natural. It's like a natural glow. So this is not for my girls who like the beaming highlight, because I don't know if you can see, it's not like beaming. It looks just more like a dewy, just a dewy glow. But I'm sure you can add a powder highlight on top of it and it'll just give it that extra pizzazz. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to do that because I want it to stay like true to what it is. And I just keep looking at myself because it's so pretty. You can slide your base around, so just be careful with like how you apply it. I preferred using the stick directly on my skin for the highlight and then the blush just on my wrist and taking a brush. That seemed to work out for me, but it is cream, so I don't expect nothing less. Yeah, so I think that's it for the base right now as far as things that I have that are newer. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my base and come back on and we can get into these eyes, honey. Okay, now we're back and I have the Dominique Cosmetics, what is this called? The Rustic Glam palette. This retails for $44. Here, let me actually hold it up in the frame. Oops. It retails for $44 and it has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shades. And the pen sizes are pretty big. Here's the front of the packaging. Rustic Glam Dominique Cosmetics. You can get it at Sephora and DominiqueCosmetics.com. Yep, it's a pretty palette. I think this is more like a bohemic theme than it is rustic glam. But then again, your girl don't have any clue about no rustic glam, what that even means. So maybe this is rustic glam, maybe it isn't. I just am a supporter of Dominique, so as soon as this came out, I definitely wanted to cop it. I didn't love the formula of the lemonade palette, but again, I've given her brand another shot just because I think she is a really nice person, really genuine. And when that whole thing went down about the formulas being bad, I got another one free of charge. Didn't even have to request or opt in. So I think that she handles her business in a very professional way. So I wanted to try it again, and that's just that. I'm gonna go in with, I don't want to play with the blue. I do want to play with the blues. I'm gonna go into, I think, the shade Evil Eye, which is this blue shade here. And I'm gonna pack that into my crease with this Morphe M503 brush. Okay, right off the bat, I can tell that this formula is way more pigmented than the Lemonade palette was. Now, I don't know if that's just because the Lemonade palette was primarily like softer yellows and oranges, and that these are blues, so they're gonna like obviously show up. But this formula is definitely more pigmented, seemingly. These shadows are blending like butter, okay? I'm loving the way that it blended out so easily, and it still looks, you know, pigmented. The color isn't like wiping away as I blend, and that's always a great sign. I'm having little to no fallout with this shade in the palette, so that's a good thing too. Okay, now that I'm done playing with this shade, I'm gonna go in with the shade Desert Queen, and I'm gonna blend out the edges of Desert Queen, of Evil Eye, which was the blue, with Desert Queen. And Desert Queen is this peachy orange shade right here. I'm using the Real Techniques, this brush right here, instead. I'm going back in with Evil Eye, and just where I lost some of that color, I'm just gonna place it back in there. Blend it with that light peachy orange. Now I want to go into Moonchild, which is this black shade, and I want to put that on the edges, the corners of my eye. Ooh, it's glittery. Getting some glitter fallout from that, but wow, that is such a pretty navy shade. It looks navy because of the blue glitter, but maybe it's just a black, but it's a nice shade nonetheless. Now I want to go in with a lid shade. I have the choice between this shade Wanderlust, which is more of a green shade, a green olive. I don't know, it's not focusing, but it's like an olivey shimmer shade. I'll swatch it. Either this one or the gold shade in it, Bohemian. Ooh, these are like so soft. And I'm feeling like I should go with Wanderlust. And I'm taking this with a brush which I have no idea where it came from, like name wise. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do with the palette. I'm going to go off camera, add some mascara, some lashes, and some eyeliner, and then I will come back. Remember, I do put everything down below in the description box if you want to check out what I used. But yeah, I'll be back. Alright, I do have some new lashes to try out. These are the Kiss Lash Couture Naked Drama Collection in the style Chiffon. I had a 50% off CVS coupon, so I got these for like $3.97. I think they were originally like $7. So yeah, I'm just going to take these out the box and apply them. Alright, now I want to go back into my Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette and use this what is this called? Elf Defining Eye Brush, and go into the shade Suede, which is this brown shade here on the end. And I'm going to put that on my lower waterline. Well, not waterline, but like my lower lash line. Okay guys, I'm back and I am completely done with my face. So I'm going to just go through some of the things that I tried out today and give you like my first thoughts. So first things first, this Juvia's Place foundation, which everybody and their mama has already done a review on. And I am the last person on earth to even like talk about it. Again, the shade Malawi 230. I think the shade so far ended up being a good match for me. With foundations, it's going to take me a wear test, a couple of uses, maybe like 3 to 4 times to kind of get like my final impressions on it. So far, it looks so nice and natural, and of course, it's $20. So this can be a go-to foundation for me if this lasts all day. I'm going to continue to wear it, and then I'll let you guys know in my June end of the month haul review how I feel about it, like overall. But so far I really like the finish of this foundation. I feel like the summertime I don't want to wear like a super matte foundation, but I do want something that's going to stick and stay, and this formula seems to be like the right mixture of those two. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. The next things I want to talk about are the Colourpop blush sticks / light sticks. I think these sticks are comparable to the match sticks at a much affordable price, $8. I feel like they're $8 a piece. One thing I am going to say about these, I think that if you go straight in with these on your face, which is not like unique to Colourpop, but like any type of cream sticks, they have the potential to pick up whatever is underneath. I haven't tried, of course I tried the highlight stick over my foundation, but I'm tempted to see how this would do if I were to like use this as a highlighter base before I put on my foundation and stuff. So maybe I'll do a video like using it in a different way. But I would definitely recommend going in on like the back of your hand or your wrist and then applying it with a brush, just so that it doesn't pick up as much. But I do think just the nature of it, you're going to get a little slide with these cream products over a base that's already done. I didn't get anything too bad. I think the color that I picked, which was Under Pressure for the blush, is so light and natural that it is you can barely see it on me, but I can see it, especially when I smile. And then I can also see it on my camera, like my front camera of my phone. So it's there. But if you do like a shade that is like blush shade that's more pigmented, I would definitely like pick out one of the berry tone shades that are probably more suited for deeper skin. This is not as like, it doesn't come through as much on my skin, especially with all the products that I have on. For the highlight stick, it's a nice natural glow. It is not for the girls who want the blinding highlights 24/7. It's nice, and I don't know how to describe it. It's like a very soft finish, like the light just hit you right. And even on my front camera, you can see it, but it's not anything that's like super beaming or anything. But remember, I did get the shade Acting Up, and it's soft and peachy and nice, and I do like this. I would say if you only wanted one, get the highlighter stick. I don't know. It's just such a pretty glow. Like I said, I'm going to try the highlight stick underneath foundation and see how that goes. I got a feeling, though, that I might be on to something, you know. The next thing that I tried out today were these. Was that the next thing? I guess I didn't really try out that much. Oh, the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam eyeshadow palette. At first, I was like, okay, girl, where you going with this color scheme, honey? Because initially, it can seem like all over the place. But once you break it down into fours, it's really not as adventurous as it seems, which is a good thing for me because I'm not like the best at color theory, but I know how to do a little something with the colors. So I would say for beginners who are not experienced with like playing around with color theory and funny colors together, maybe you want to stay away from this. But I feel like this whole half of this palette from about here on this way is pretty neutral once you think about it, except for this blue. Like, these are some pretty neutral shades, so I feel like anybody could work with it. I think people were kind of like, you know, overestimating how, I guess, discombobulated the shades are. Here's the final, like, yeah. But this formula, though, is something that I expect from Dominique Cosmetics. That other palette, the Lemonade palette, has nothing on this. And because that's like the only palette of hers that I have to reference, that's kind of what I'm comparing it to. And if this is what normally her formula is like, I can see why people rave over it. It was easy to blend the colors. I really like the shimmer formula. It's very soft and buttery, as she says. Yeah, so I'm going to have to keep playing around with that because I do like the formula of this shadow. And it's huge. Just makes you feel like you really are getting your money's worth. And I love that. Again, Sephora's $44. Yeah. The last thing that I tried out was something simple. Was the Kiss Naked Drama Collection lashes in the style Chiffon. Of course, I can't show you because they are already on. I am starting to really like the Kiss lashes. The first pair I tried were the triple push-ups. They have lasted me a pretty long while, and I love how mink-like they look. Sometimes it's hard to find drugstore lashes that give you those like 3D effects and look nice and full and pretty without you breaking the bank. So this might be like the new go-to, but that's pretty much the look that I'm going for. Something that's like natural, easy, and pretty, because I got so much stuff to do this summer, and spending hours to put on makeup is not something that I anticipate. So yeah, I want something that's pretty, easy, and the band on these lashes were thin, so it was easy like to work with and like just go ahead and throw them on. So no disappointments there with that. With that being said, this is all that I have. Again, I will update you guys on how these products perform at the end of the month in my monthly haul review. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.